Allez, c'est reparti. Père de l'an. Alors, le cultisme n'est pas logique.
I sense that Mr. Peru is about to surprise us too.
I believed in him. I followed him to the best of my ability. I championed his ideas, defended his decisions, and then, without even realizing it, I became lost.
Now that I've told you everything, you want to take my place, do you? No. I am Emily. You are wasting your time. Louis knows very well how to tell us apart.
Someone had the bang coming from the Duchess's room, and she isn't answering.
Louis, you really must learn to conceal your weaknesses better, if you don't want your foes to use them against you.
Our desire is to steer the destiny of our respective countries for the good of all, and to no longer suffer the random hazards of history.
It is the natural order of things, Monsieur de Richet. There have always been men who govern other men. That is simply the way it is.
History forgets them with a disconcerting facility. No one speaks about them, and yet they whisper in the ears of kings and presidents.
Pas faire d'épisode là ou...
But where are we?
I don't know, but we better not hang around. Be careful, Mother. As if me saying that will make any difference. Knowing Mortimer, I wouldn't be surprised if he rigged his crypt with traps.
So you think the door is not enough?
Do you want to wager your other hand?
You've got a point there. We have to find that weapon. What do you know about the Holy Lance, Louis?
The what?
The Lance of Longinus the Centurion.
Yes. The centurion that pierced the side of Christ with his lance. That weapon naturally became a holy relic.
Exactly.
Seriously? You don't really believe that fable, do you?
Every
Allez, merci.
fable is founded on true events. I'm
trop
not
fort, celui-là.
saying that everything adds up, but imagine if it really did exist.
Very well. Now what?
Well, now you know what you need to find.
Pardon?
I have to get to the wharf to prepare our departure. Let's get off this cursed island as quickly as we can. We shall come back when we are ready and armed.
But hang on.
Louis, let's first get to safety. We shall come back when we have the upper hand. Fear not. You take care of getting the lance. It's imperative. I'll take care of preparing our departure.
Hang on. At least tell me everything you know about this lance.
But I have never seen it. There's nothing else I can say, Louis. Well, you can always go snooping around Mortimer's study. I remember seeing paintings of Longinus there.
Hang on a second.
What's the matter?
Why did you shoot Emily's sister?
Do you really think now is the right time for this?
Si.
I want to know, Mother. Why did you betray her?
Listen, Louis, I don't think you've really understood my interest in the Al-Azif. It's not just simple curiosity about some old relic.
You tried to kill her.
And I had no choice, for crying out loud. It must not fall into the hands of the demons, or we are all doomed, don't you see? Listen,
Oh,
I
je vois
don't
pas.
know exactly what it contains, but I prefer to be one step ahead. If they want it, there must be a reason. And even if I don't know what it is, I want to stop them for safety's sake, no matter what.
Nothing will stop you if I understand correctly. Not
Enough, Louis. If you could see the extent of their power as I do, then you would understand what I'm saying.
All right, we'll do it your way.
One more thing. If they find you in possession of the lance, they won't let you get away with it. Choose only one and hide it under your jacket so you don't get caught with it. Then run and meet me on the wharf.
And if I get caught?
If they catch you in possession of the lance, we're all doomed. Do you understand?
Perfectly.
Good. And go talk to Piaggi. He's the one who probably knows the most about this.
Interroger le cardinal. On se casse. Nul. Interroger le cardinal.
This lance has got a blade in the shape of a spear. Its blade is in iron or steel, I think. I can make out a rising sun engraved on the tip.
Good.
Flavius Aetius. Flavius Aetius, the one they call the last of the Romans. He was assassinated by his own emperor, who was jealous of all his victories. But how did he end up here? We can see that this lance has a leaf shape, and, well, it's in gold. I can see that a crucifix is engraved on the tip, just barely visible. Let's take a look at this lance here. It has a very special leaf shape. It is copper rimmed, and I can see a fish symbol engraved on the tip. I can see that this lance has the shape of a boar spear. The blade is partially coated in copper, and I can just make out the symbol of the Eye of Ra engraved on the tip. I can see this lance has a spear shape, it is copper rimmed, and it has been engraved with the symbol of the Christian fish on the tip. This lance has a leaf shape. It is copper rimmed. The symbol of the Christian fish is engraved on the tip. The sarcophagus of Lord Mortimer.
Oh.
It's the only sarcophagus in this crypt which appears to bear the Mortimer family name. What ancestor can it be? There's no inscription. Let's see what we can find here. It's far too heavy. I'm not going to be able to do it on my own.
Ah merde, j'ai pas une deuxième chance. Mais... Mais voyons. Super.
The sarcophagus of Lord Mortimer. Let's see what we can find here. Ha! Great. Now let's see what's inside.
Ah non, mais on va voir ce qu'il y a dedans.
The sarcophagus of Lord Mortimer. Let's see
Y a
what we
rien?
can find here.
Je vais trouver la Sainte Lance. Ouais.
It's the only sarcophagus in this crypt which appears to bear the Mortimer family name. What ancestor can it be? There's no inscription.
Non mais on a ouvert le sarcophage. Ah, le sarcophage, le... On a ouvert la tombe, là. Je pensais qu'il regarderait s'il y a un corps à l'intérieur, enfin...
The sarcophagus has been ravaged by time. It's sort of ageless, I guess. It's entirely sculpted. These symbols, these grooves, cuneiform script. This is humanity's oldest alphabet, the language of Babel. Sadly, no one today even knows how to decipher it. There's also some text engraved beneath in ancient Greek. Sargon.
Where's that? Comment ça va? Ouais, je dis tout le temps que l'inventaire est plein. What?
Is this the tomb of a king? Judging by all the sculpted symbols of power, this is really ancient. The inscriptions are all eroded. I don't know what those marks mean, but maybe a stone or epitaph. We can see that this lance has a particular spear shape. It is coated in gold. You can distinguish the symbol of the fish engraved on the tip, barely noticeable.
Ah, très bien. Hyper relou hein, d'aller voir l'autre prêtre.
This sarcophagus is engraved with the name of Clemens III. Good God! The one whose cross allowed me to enter. Clemens III, Clément III in French. How come his tomb ended up here and not in the Vatican?
Il a utilisé sa compétence de traduction pour traduire Clément III en Clément III.
That was the Pope from the Middle Ages who inspired the Third Crusade. He gave the Roman people the power to elect their magistrates. He was basically an anti-pope. His path to the throne was pretty turbulent, and he had to be enthroned several times. The result of a long conflict between the papacy and the Holy Empire.
Clément III.
This sarcophagus is beautifully made, but ancient. The stone is marked by the passage of time, but it's really well preserved.
Si c'était sur le...
I can see that this spear has a so-called leaf shape. It is copper rimmed. I can see the tip is engraved with the symbol of the Eye of Ra.
Pas bien le symbole de l'œil de rat, mais... Bon, je vais le croire sur parole, hein. C'est un peu comme la gauche et la droite. Hein.
This one has no name. I wonder who it was for. This one has no name. I wonder who it was for.
On peut le faire plusieurs fois.
This one has no name. I wonder who it was for. This one has no name. I wonder who it was for. This one has no name. I wonder who it was
Je rêve de
for.
faire le con. On va encore faire planter le jeu.
Amber. I can see that this lance has the characteristic shape of a spear. It is made of iron, and its tip is engraved with a cross.
Je sais pas si les Romains avaient déjà du fer.
I can see that this lance has a so-called leaf shape. It is made entirely of iron. I can see that the tip is engraved with the symbol of the sun.
Bon, allons voir le cardinal. Ouais, il y a déjà beaucoup de choses. Ouais, mais du fer. De l'or, du cuivre, ça... Oh, le bronze. Bon, c'est un alliage, non? C'est quoi? C'est du cuivre et du... Pas trop quoi? Fer, c'est... Non, le fer, c'est un élément, c'est pas un alliage. Bon, il est où l'autre con? Membre de Washington. Yaji, il est là. Et puis il y a un escalier par là, parfait. Le bronze, c'est quoi? C'est du cuivre et de l'étain, non? Un truc comme ça? Eh, c'est le Xenig, comment ça? L'acier, c'est un alliage de fer et essentiellement de carbone, je crois. Et en fer à la pointe en acier, ok. Ah merde, passé. Bon, après, je posais juste la question. Ouais, alors, la technologie du bois, ça s'est connu de très longtemps. Par contre, je sais que le fer et l'acier, plus au courant que moi.
The Cardinal's not in his room. I bet he went back to stuffing himself.
Oh putain, oh, ah, ça devient chiant là par contre. Hein. Ah ouais, il commence à y avoir beaucoup de backtracking et puis beaucoup de... allez et venue. Alors. C'est à manger. Ah, il est même pas là. Merci. Là, en Grèce antique, il y avait du fer. Ok.
Your Eminence, would you have a moment to spare?
Not now, Louis. Please, leave me alone.
I beg your pardon?
I want to be alone.
Very well. I'm only searching for information about the lance of Longinus, the soldier.
Seulement.
If you could...
You're not listening to me. You are playing with fire.
I heard you speak to Mr. von Wollner about it, and I was wondering if you could tell me something about it.
That was a private conversation. How could I have known that he was listening to us?
I see what you mean.
Louis, don't push it. Leave while you still can.
Your Eminence, are you all right? Your Eminence, are you with me? Can you turn around, please?
What do you want to know about the Holy Lance, Louis?
Your Eminence, turn around.
This is the weapon used by a Roman centurion on the very day Christ was nailed to the cross.
Look at me.
Longinus thrust his lance in the right side of Jesus.
Please.
As you wish.
Il s'est fait casser la gueule. Regarde, ouais.
His nose is bleeding.
So, you are looking for the Holy Lance of Longinus, are you?
Alors, qu'est-ce qui lui arrive?
Your Eminence, you're worrying me. What is happening to you?
Nothing, Louis. Just a moment of weakness, but I'm better now. I am all ears. You are looking for the lance. You should know. You are not the only one. Lord Mortimer has spent a good part of his life and his fortune trying to find it. Never will he let you have it. But tell me, before going any further, have you spoken to anyone else about this?
No, you are the first I've spoken to about it, Your Eminence.
Come now, Louis. Are you quite sure of that?
Oui. Ah.
Yes, my mother knows about it.
Of course, Sarah. Who else?
Personne, enfin...
No one else.
What are you going to use the lance for, exactly?
Protégé.
I need it.
Why?
You won't understand.
Try me, Louis.
I need to protect myself with it.
Louis, I thank you for your sincerity. I shall answer you about Longinus. You deserve to be told. His spear-headed lance did indeed pierce the side of the Messiah. His blood gushed out, covering the head of the lance. It was covered in the blood of Christ.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Eminence.
You are welcome. Be careful, Louis. You are on a perilous path. Don't follow Sarah's demons, my boy. Don't delve too deeply into her delusions, or you won't be able to come back. The demons that she is frantically trying to drive away are in her own mind. Take good care of yourself. God keep you.
Ouais. Enfin, la seule information qu'on a trouvée, c'est en forme d'épieu. Eh. Spécialiste de l'ésotérisme. Il y avait... comment ça s'appelle alors pas Emma, mais... Emily. Spécialiste de... d'ésotérisme. Il me semble qu'il y avait une chambre dans laquelle il y avait une lance. Pourvu qu'elle soit là. Qu'elle soit là. Elle n'est pas là.
letter from William Pitt the Younger, addressed to Emily. He's the present Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. Emily has indeed some powerful backers. Madam, thank you for consoling the Queen. The King's situation is worsening, but I wager he'll recover from this present fit. Golden elixir. Consume without excess.
Ouais. Je l'ai pas vu en bas. Il semble que c'est dans la chambre de la tour. Il semble qu'il y avait un des tableaux qui est... Des tableaux que vous pouvez regarder, très bien. Bon bah c'était pas là. Oh là là, au secours. Il n'y a personne ici.
Saint Longinus. Let's take a closer look at his lance.
Bah non, on va partir.
It is shaped like a leaf, like the real lance, maybe. How can I be sure? No, this is too easy. Mortimer's trying to throw me off the track again. It seems too visible to be true. Impossible not to see the statue on first glance, given its size. And Mortimer has no interest in making the shape of the true lance so easy to see. I think this statue does represent Longinus, armed with a lance that wounded Jesus, the Holy Lance. How can I find out if this is an exact representation? There's no way of being certain of it.
Le poisson, c'est louche.
Hey, looks like there's a symbol engraved on the tip. Yes, a fish. The Christian fish, no doubt. It can't be a coincidence. It must have been done on purpose. Huh. Good thing I took a closer look.
Ouais, puis du coup...
I think this statue does represent Longinus, armed with a lance that wounded Jesus, the Holy Lance. How can I find out if this is an exact representation? There's no way of being certain of it.
Super, ça servit à rien, quoi. Très symbole de poisson.
Longinus is holding the Holy Lance in his left hand, and I'll bet he's holding the sponge soaked in holy blood in the other hand. Yes! Here we can see that the Holy Lance is represented in the shape of a spear.
Else?
I better make sure I check this twice. It's a work that dates from the Renaissance. There's nothing to say that it's not based on erroneous elements. There's only one way of being sure. I'll have to find other clues that will confirm this information.
Recouper?
This work is an order from Lord Mortimer. All the details have been conceived with a specific goal in mind. Upon closer examination, you can see that even the style clashes with that of most of the other works in the manor. No. If Mortimer has taken special care as the conception and the exhibition of this painting in his study, in the same way as for the nightmare painting, it must be of some significance. And that is indeed the true shape of the Holy Lance, a spear shape.
Okay.
But I believe what I read in the letter from Milan addressed to Mortimer. There's every reason to believe that this painting has been modified according to his guidelines to represent the true shape of the Holy Lance, a spear shape. There's only one way of being sure. I'll have to find other clues that will confirm this information.
Ah, d'accord, d'accord. On a déjà lu. On a déjà lu aussi. Ah bah du coup là il y a la maquette. Les roues qui tournent et la guillotine. Très bien. Il n'y a rien. La statue montre qu'elle a une forme de feuille. Oh là là là. Quel enfer. On a déjà été. À côté, c'est qui? Von machin. Non mais c'est à côté, mais c'est dans l'autre sens.
It seems like he isn't here. Chemistry set. That's not surprising coming from Von Wollner.
Ouais. On va pas savoir ce qu'il a fait ou...
A chemistry set. That's not surprising coming from Von Wollner.
La recette?
Look, a blotter. And apparently it's been used recently. I wonder what Wollner was going to write. It's smudged. It's not all legible. I can make out the signature though, and leave as if planned. It's illegible. Let's see if I can find a solution in Wollner's things here. Given his interest in alchemy, I wouldn't be surprised if I found something that revealed what's written somewhere in his room.
Oui, moi je pense qu'il faut un bon coup de marteau pour ça. Huit.
What a mess. Looks like Volnor was interrupted. Looks a lot like straw, and he's drawn something in a hurry on this sheet. I get the feeling that I've seen that somewhere before.
Et tu as vu ça.
Yes, it's definitely a drawing of the Lock of Al-Azif. Volnor must have kept a copy.
Ouais.
Straw on his desk, as if to protect something fragile. Yes, someone must have packed something away here.
Ouais.
I get the feeling that I've seen that somewhere before.
Je reconnais ces symboles. Non, ça me servira à rien.
Looks a lot like straw, and he's drawn something in a hurry on this sheet.
Yann. Je sais que tu cherches un moyen de comprendre ce qui est arrivé à Elisabeth. Mais tout cela va beaucoup trop loin à présent. Déjà, votre escapade sur le continent m'a beaucoup coûté. Je sais qu'il n'a pas été facile pour vous qu'Elisabeth reste confinée 1 mois dans sa chambre pour ne pas croiser Sarah. Mais de là à vous enfuir sans prévenir, j'ai dû mentir pour vous couvrir, Irène. Faire comme si vous étiez arrivés séparément, depuis quelques jours seulement, et convaincre William de faire de même devant ses hôtes. J'exige que tu entendes raison, que tu te reprennes. J'ai demandé de récupérer quelque chose dans le but de faire quitter l'île et non pas que tu l'étudies, entretenir des espoirs vains. Quoi ? Demander de récupérer quelque chose dans le but de lui faire quitter l'île. D'accord ? Cela ne t'apportera aucune réponse. Que je sois bien clair. Au plus, nous courons le risque de le perdre à nouveau. Donc pour la dernière fois, merci d'aller le déposer à l'endroit convenu. Je te confirme que l'on va venir le chercher instamment.
Table of alchemical symbols. Someone circled the zinc symbol.
Ouais.
Golden elixir. Golden elixir.
Ouais. Zinc.
A chemistry set. That's not surprising coming from von Wollner.
Ah.
I should find something to help reveal the traces of ink on the blotter.
Du zinc. Ah mais réfléchis, bon sang. Érudition.
Think, Louis. I know for sure that lime water neutralizes chemical actions, but doesn't work on ink. I must find something else.
Super.
I have to find some ammonium sulfide if I want to make the text appear by capillary action. Perfect. Here's some. Yes, it worked. Now I can see it. Sir Gregory, I'll leave Al-Azif at the landing stage at the appropriate time. Yours truly, Johann von Wollner. This is child's play.
C'est nul, on n'a rien appris.
The alchemist is an old man.
Oh, quel enfer, on n'a rien appris, quoi. Chambre d'Adam.
A Greek drachma. One of the rare ancient coins to be mentioned both in the Bible and in the Quran.
Bon bah là, il n'y a pas tellement de tableaux. Pas rentrer chez Washington. Il a pensé à fermer sa porte.
The Cardinal's not in his room. I bet he went back to stuffing himself. Dear Giuseppe, poor health forbids me from joining you. Please thank Sir Gregory for his invitation to Lord Mortimer's. I'm convinced you'll be able to strengthen our agreements. Please tell Sir Gregory that his enterprise...
Ah ouais, d'accord.
Satan summoning his legions. This is rather surprising for the decoration of a cardinal's room.
Ah oui, c'est vrai que lui, il avait des tableaux assez chelous.
John the Baptist, Youth with a Ram, a Caravaggio. A very sensual vision and very far from the usual representations of St. John. Saturn devouring his son. Again? I saw the same theme in the hall. I wouldn't like to be his son. Judith beheading Holofernes. Ironic in a way, when you know that the artist represented herself as Judith beheading her mentor. Saint Jerome and the Angel. Yet again, art with political undertones with an image of a saint hearing voices.
Ouais. On peut pas l'observer, très bien.
Amber crystals. Inferno by Dante. Abandon hope, all ye who enter here. Lovely lectures Mortimer's giving to his guests. Very jolly. The torture of Ixion, condemned by the gods to lose his mind because of his arrogance.
Ouais.
The incredulity of St. Thomas. Why is Caravaggio representing St. Thomas putting his finger in the wound? Thomas looks on but doesn't touch.
Pas rentrer chez De Goy non plus. Hillsborough, il n'est pas là. Bon. Tout va bien. J'adore la peinture.
What can I do for you, sir? I am at your service day and night, sir.
Ouais.
As I was unable to bring my personal effects with me, I was wondering if you could find me a few items.
Of course, sir. What would you require?
Vous auriez de l'ambre?
My good fellow, would you have any amber available?
I would, but unfortunately, I don't think I am authorized to give it out, sir. I believe it is a precious stone.
L'ambre? Ça n'a pas de valeur, l'ambre. Érudition.
Look, you aren't going to kick up a fuss about a vulgar piece of resin, are you? Don't believe what they say about amber. It does nothing to warm up infants' bodies, let alone prevent toothache. And neither does this fossil oleoresin stimulate fertility. You can believe me.
Thank you for educating me. I didn't know. Here you are, sir. Does sir desire anything else?
Vous n'auriez pas l'eau de mélisse?
A little Carmelite water would do me a lot of good. Could you find me some, please?
Oh, the tonics are under lock and key, sir. Lord Mortimer only allows access to them in cases of emergency.
Donc c'est une urgence.
Listen, I suffer from terrible migraines, and the voyage by boat has brought on my rheumatism. So, unless you have anything else to alleviate the pain, please give me some quickly. Thank you. Oh, and the one from Bordeaux, right? I prefer it to the one from Paris.
Immediately, sir. Here, I hope sir will get well again quickly. Anything else, sir?
Alors l'élixir d'or, on en a. Pas de Malte, on en a aussi. Enfin, c'est celle qu'on a. La gelée royale.
What's that book you're hiding in your jacket?
The Sorrows of Young Werther by Goethe, sir. And I am not hiding it.
Hand it to me, please.
It is damaged, sir. I would never dare lend sir a book in such a pitiful state, sir. I took it to restore.
Indeed, this masterpiece must not become more damaged. Let me have it and I'll take care of it personally. I love antiquarian books.
It bothers me somewhat. It isn't Sir's job to take care of it, really.
No, but I would love to. You'll be doing me a favor by letting me have it.
In that case, sir, I shall leave it in your care with pleasure. May I do anything else for Sir?
Et jure, bah maintenant qu'on l'a foutu à poil, non. Ah, on lui dit même pas au revoir. Mais on a croisé personne, hein.
Devil's Thorn. I'll keep it.
Ah, tu vas pas le garder, l'inventaire est plein.
Christ Crucified by Velasquez. Look, someone's left a note there. Reserved for the Duke of Alquidia.
Rien. Et on a croisé personne à qui parler, hein. On s'est pas fait les balcons, mais on va essayer. On avait croisé Washington, il me semble, quelque part. Ah, on lui a pu nous parler.
Good evening, Mr. President.
Good evening.
I'm back on the trail of my mother again. I don't have time to explain, but would you know anything about the Holy Lance?
That's good news. But be careful, Louis. You might end up getting noticed.
Do you know anything or not?
No, I regret I don't. but why not ask von Wallner? Theology is his field, after all.
That's an idea. In that case, I'll try and find him.
You are keeping up the good work, I see. But I'm telling you, keep your guard up. Everyone is rather on edge right now.
You're right. Thanks for everything, Mr. President.
See you later.
Et Volner, ben on l'a pas trouvé. Il est à l'endroit habituel. Volner, on l'a pas croisé, hein.
What can I do for you, sir? I am at your service, day and night, sir.
What can you tell me about the guests?
Do excuse me, sir, but I am bound by discretion to say nothing about Lord Mortimer's guests, sir. Perhaps, would like to know something else?
J'aimerais savoir où est Volner. On a fait toutes les chambres, il n'y a pas. Alors, on n'a pas fait le passage secret. En fait, on n'a pas fait les deux passages secrets. Mais bon. Galerie des portraits. La flamme d'y aller, hein.
Carmelite water. They say that if you drink this, it gives you a real boost.
Regarde, c'est de l'autre côté. Alors. Bon. Ah. Bon, bah, apparemment, on peut pas y retourner. Ah bon, on peut pas y retourner non plus.
Which four-letter word could open this chest?
Bon, bah, c'est pas tout en haut.
Pardon me, monsieur, but I have work to do.
Très bien, continuez. Spécialiste de l'ésotérisme. Et les textes sacrés qui sont dans le bouquin. Ah.
Chronicles of the Amber Princes. As I recall, Dorkin was my favorite character.
Oh putain, quel enfer.
The Bible must mean the lance which finally took the life of Christ. The Gospel of St. John is the most detailed on the subject of the crucifixion. When they came to Jesus and saw that he was dead already, they broke not his legs, but one of the soldiers with a shimmering lance pierced his side, and forthwith there came out blood and water. And he that saw it bore witness, and his record is true, and he knoweth that he saith true, that ye might believe. A shimmering lance? What is this telling me? The name of the Roman soldier who killed Christ never appears in the biblical canon. Yet, it is said that he was a centurion and was called Longinus.
Okay.
Medieval Hermetic traditions evoke the idea of using noble materials for relics, which the monasteries often made themselves in order to attract pilgrims. Of course, they had to inspire greatness. So here, we might think of gold, whereas a centurion could not have hoped for anything better than copper at the time. The true lance would not have been a luxurious weapon.
Ah, du coup, elle n'est pas en or, c'est ça? Métal étincelant.
Medieval Hermetic traditions evoke the idea of using noble materials for relics, which the monasteries often made themselves in order to attract pilgrims. Of course, they had to inspire greatness. So here, we might think of gold, whereas a centurion could not have hoped for anything better than copper at the time. The true lance would not have been a luxurious weapon.
Ça doit pas être fastueux.
The name of the Roman soldier who killed Christ never appears in the biblical canon. Yet, it is said that he was a centurion and was called Longinus.
Donc, résumons. Un épieu. Poisson. La statue, une feuille. Oui, on sait que c'est un épieu. On sait que la statue, du coup, ce n'est pas une forme de feuille, c'est faux. Du coup, elle n'a pas de poisson. Ouais, on n'est pas plus avancé, quoi. Là. J'ai pas assez de détails, là. Comment je peux savoir
I can see that this lance has the characteristic shape of a spear. It is made of iron, and its tip is engraved with a cross.
il me manque des... Pas celle-là. En plus, elles sont bien éparpillées. Pas celle-là non plus.
This lance has got a blade in the shape of a spear. Its blade is in iron or steel, I think. I can make out a rising sun engraved on the tip.
Il y a plus ou moins dit que la lance était en cuivre.
We can see that this lance has a particular spear shape. It is coated in gold. You can distinguish the symbol of the
Eh,
fish
coucou.
engraved on the tip, barely noticeable.
Je vais reposer un petit peu. Comment ça a coupé? Peut-être coupé, ouais.